How does it feel to be a national hero, an admired, beloved commander who turns overnight into a target for assassination and public enemy number one? This question should be addressed to David, son of Ishai, who one night looks out his window to see King Saul's royal guard approaching his home. In a split second, David realizes what's happening. The soldiers are coming to his home to kill him. It's time to get away and fast. David's life is saved by Michal, his wife and Saul's daughter. How dramatic. He makes a hasty exit. No time for goodbyes. Michal doesn't know if she'll ever see her beloved husband again. David flees, first to Ramah, then to Nov. Both locations very close to Saul's palace in Benjamin. David hopes the king's mood will somehow get better, but the evil spirit that gripped Saul only grows stronger. An entire city, the city of Nov, is massacred, down to the last priest, out of suspicion that they aided David. David flees across central Israel, heads for the border, and asks for political asylum from King Lachish of Gath. But this radical attempt fails, and he ends up in Adullam. There, in Adullam, 400 men gather around him, all homeless, desperate men. David wanders from place to stay beyond Saul's long reach. At this point, an ordinary man would lower his profile and look out for himself. An ordinary man. But David can't just look on as the town of Keilah is attacked by Philistines. Disregarding the danger to himself, David sets out to defend his countrymen, as if he's still the admired commander, not the kingdom's most wanted fugitive. When the fighting ends, David must clear out quickly because King Saul has spies everywhere, and it's only a matter of time before they find him. So David heads for the hills, to the frontier of Judea. There, among his own tribe, David can relax and let his guard down. After all, brothers don't turn brothers in. But life is full of surprises. The people of Ziph, Judeans like himself, inform Saul of David's whereabouts. How depressing. David's last resort is to leave society completely. Where? Here, among the desolate cliffs of the Judean desert, near En-Gedi. He has only his song and prayer for company. A psalm of David from the Judean desert. Lord, you are my God, earnestly do I seek you. My soul thirsts for you, my flesh longs for you, in a dry and weary land without water. At least in this place, David knows his life is not in danger. It's hard to believe that Saul would leave his kingdom's business behind and chase David beyond the mountains to the perilous desert. Sensible thinking, perhaps, but this is not one of the sensible periods in Saul's life. He sets out for the desert with 3,000 elite soldiers and one mission: to find David and kill him. Unfortunately for David, Saul's soldiers find the hiding place where he and his men have taken refuge. It looks like this is it. End of story. But then, a twist in the plot. Saul leaves his men for a moment and goes to a nearby cave to relieve himself. But it turns out to be the very cave where David and his men are hiding. Now, just a few feet separate the pursuer from the pursued. David's men excitedly urge him to action. Kill Saul! Now's the time! Stab him! Go on! It's your perfect chance to wipe out your enemy, to put an end to this endless nightmare, and to escape death. The day has come which God spoke of. I'm placing your enemy in your hands. Do with him as you please. But David surprises us. Instead of saving himself, he chooses not to harm King Saul, not to kill him, not even displace a single hair on the king's head. The truth is, he's even angered by his men's suggestion. And he said to his men, God forbid that I should do this thing to my master, the Lord's anointed, to harm him, for he is the Lord's anointed. So David scolded his servants with these words and did not permit them to rise against Saul. David makes do with cutting off the corner of Saul's coat. To harm a king? He would never do such a thing. David will pay a heavy price for this decision. He'll have to wander to the land of the Philistines and live in exile until Saul's death, but he never regrets his decision. But why did David withdraw? Why does David pass up a golden opportunity to rid himself of his deadly enemy while delivering the kingdom into the hands of a worthier man, into his own hands, not for his own sake, but for everyone? Interesting question. Was David simply an optimist? Did he expect Saul to regain his sanity and stop chasing him so obsessively? Or maybe it was a matter of morals. David doesn't kill Saul because murder is murder. Or maybe it's a matter of perspective. David believes that the kingship of Israel stands on its own right, and you do not harm a king, period, no matter what. What do you think?